You're listening to the Research Report Show
on Varsity Podcasts.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in on this episode of the Research Report Show here on Varsity Podcasts. I'm Tinashe, and today in the studio, I'm joined by Samantha Sithole. Say hi, Samantha.
Hey, guys.
Samantha is joining us from the University of Cape Town, where she's currently completing her Master's in Development Studies. And today she's going to share a bit of, what her research has been about. And to start off, maybe, Sam, you can kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm 25. I'm from Zimbabwe. I grew up in Ethiopia and Zimbabwe, and I came to UCT for my undergrad honors degree, and now I'm doing my master's at UCT. I know what you're thinking. Why hasn't she moved? But yeah, I'm planning on doing my PhD somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since the whole show, of course, like you said, we center on understanding young people's research. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about what you've been focusing on in your postgrad, like what kind of areas, topics you've been working on.
Okay. So in my honors, I was in the environmental studies department, and through the courses I did there, I was very interested in the environment and issues particularly regarding to conservation. So for my master's, I thought maybe I could do urban conservation, but I couldn't really hone down on a topic. So when I got a supervisor, he had a special topic that was focused on conservation and militarization in the Kruger National Park. And I was like, okay, since I don't really have a topic, I'll go with that. And that's sort of how I got to my research project.
Okay, so give us an idea. What is the actual research topic or research question? What were you looking for in your master's research now?
Okay, so as you know, the Kruger National Park is like one of the hottest tourist magnets in South Africa.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's also a poaching magnet as well for elephants and the rhino. Yeah. As you may know, the rhino is an endangered species now. And because Kruger National Park houses about 93% of the world's rhino population, a lot of poachers come to Kruger National Park to poach the rhinos.
Okay.
So because of that, the state, South Africa, and the South African national parks decided that they needed to sort of up their game in terms of protecting the rhino, and they did that through militarization. So they've now started training the rangers like soldiers. They've armed them with AK-47s, rifles, automatic weapons, and they're being taught how to basically train and guard the park as if they were actually like a military organization.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're looking at that, and then so what are now you're looking at that militarization of that space where the animals are. But I noticed in your abstract you mentioned that you're now looking at the communities that are around that, right?
Exactly.
So give us a little bit more on that.
Okay, so because the spaces are heavily securitized like that, that should obviously have an impact on the way in which local communities that have existed on the periphery of the park communicate or have access to with the resources within the park.
Okay.
So my research is basically focused on the relationship those communities have with the park now that the state has decided to sort of police the park in this way.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So the communities I was looking at are specifically linked to the park. So either through the fact that they used to live in the park during apartheid and they were kicked out or forcibly removed. Mm-hmm. That's the correct term. Or that they came from Mozambique. And during the Civil War, most of them came through the park and settled just adjacent to the park. So once the fence was put up, they couldn't obviously go through the park back to Mozambique, and some of them decided to stay within South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how big are these communities you're talking about? Like in numbers? Because I'm imagining Kruger National Park is quite big.
It's huge.
So, how many people are we saying are affected by what happens in Kruger Park?
There are about at least maybe 10 to 13 communities that stay adjacent to the Kruger National Park. But I could only look at two, given the time factor and also monetary resources. But you're looking at least maybe close to 20,000, 30,000 people or
That's
more.
Quite big.
Yeah, who are affected just by the fact that Kruger National Park is their neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So am I right then in understanding that your research, you are aware that there's all this, policing and, all about what's happening with the rhino and other species in Kruger National Park, but what is happening in there is going to affect the people outside.
Yes.
So you went and you were talking to the people in the community.
Yes.
Right?
So yes. So that I conducted interviews within the communities. So specifically Belfredine and Justicia.
Mm-hmm.
They're not neighbors themselves, but Justicia is closer to the Paul Kruger gate, and Belfredine is closer to the open gate, and that's close to the South African Wildlife College. So they're about 20 kilometers apart.
Mm-hmm.
And both of the villages are similar in the sense that, looking at it from a sociological perspective, you'd consider them underdeveloped in the sense that they're sort of ravaged by poverty. I don't want to say it like that, but I mean, an outsider coming in, you can tell that they're working with what they have, and the houses some of them aren't finished. You know, they don't have water, even boreholes. I don't know what the government is doing in that area specifically, because most of especially Belfredine doesn't have water. They have to travel maybe 5 Ks to get water from a borehole at a school or.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So in terms of understanding research, I found your topic to be really in depth about, you know, going into the field. Like field work was a really big part of that. So maybe you can walk our listeners through your process of, you know, because you live in Cape Town, and now you're telling me you were in communities near Kruger. So how did that whole thing happen? How long did it take? Where were you staying? I mean, these are interesting things we'd love to learn from.
Oh, yeah, that was a process. So at the beginning, once I decided that this is my topic, I first had to, you know, communicate with people who know people within, you know, the Mpumalanga area, specifically Bushbuck Ridge, because the communities are under the Bushbuck Ridge municipality.
Yeah.
So specifically in that area. So luckily, my supervisor knew a woman who works who used to work with the sandparks, and she knew a couple of people and students who are working currently in the Kruger National Park. And I got into I started talking with one of the students. He's a PhD student and in the Netherlands.
Okay.
And he knew an organization called Plowback to the Communities that works with students to help them find communities to work with, and you know.
There's actually that networking.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
So that organization, that local organization, actually, you know, it's the bridge between students and communities, so that they keep the learning and the movement of information open. So I got in touch with them through, you know, just speaking to people.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky because that organization helped me a lot. So they helped me find Belfredine and Justicia. Mm-hmm. So luckily, again, my supervisor went with me for a week. So during that week, when he was there, we met with the organization, the founder Freddie and his associate Lambert, and we drove around all the communities trying to decide which one would be perfect, sort of, or you know, and which one I would feel comfortable in. So Belfredine was definitely the first one I chose, because one is closer to the main road. So if I needed to go to the nearest town, I could easily.
Okay.
As compared to the other ones, which are more inland and harder to get to.
So you were you found space to live in the same conditions. Was it the same conditions as the people you were talking to, or
yes.
What? And how long were you out there again?
About 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You really like your topic. Okay, wow. So what did you end up finding? I mean, you told us what your goal was going into this. So after you went there, you stayed there, you saw how this militarization is affecting people on the ground, you know, people who have little to no resources. Mm-hmm. So what did you find from that? Did you find what you were looking for? And what are some of your conclusions that you came up with?
I did find what I was looking for, but it's not a happy story. That's the unfortunate thing. So when I got there, obviously people were reluctant to give me information. So the questions were about, what's your relationship with the Kruger National Park? Do you visit the park? Are you aware of the fact that the rhino is being poached, that there's poaching happening, you know, just to get a sense of what's happening. Mm-hmm. And if they know what's happening and if they're even interested. And to begin with, everyone was like, giving me happy answers. No, the park is good. They employ us. They bring benefits like infrastructure, like schools, laboratories, etc. But as I kept speaking to some of these people now, that they were now speaking about their grievances with the park, and like in terms of the fact that it's too expensive to get into the park. Like the fee, the entrance fees went up.
Oh yeah.
There's this private security company which they thought were the police, but in terms of their uniform, I don't think are the police, that comes into the community specifically when a rhino has been poached, and they sort of create roadblocks in the community. They don't allow people to walk around freely.
Oh wow! Because what are they suspecting them?
Yeah, they're suspecting that someone in the community knows what happened to that rhino.
Oh wow!
So now everyone is now under duress because they feel like they can't trust the community anymore. Whereas the community says it's not us; it's probably people from Mozambique who are coming in and poaching, and then they go back to Mozambique, and you think it's us. So there's a level of mistrust between the community and the park. And what's funny is they have some rangers who work within. Who are from the community who work in the park.
Oh,
so
wow.
They literally put on the uniform, and then it's like police, like, they're like, we need to
become disconnected
to the community. But then when they take off their clothes, they're part of the community again.
Oh, wow.
It's very interesting.
Identity things also coming into play there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And also so I was speaking to one of the pastors in the community, and he was saying that, before the rangers leave to go to, do their job, they come and they get prayer and, protection from the poachers. And the poachers go to the sangomas in the community. So I was like, that's an interesting dynamic. I'm serious.
So the poachers deal with sangomas,
yeah.
which for those of you who don't know are the traditional healers in our African cultures. And then the actual rangers go to Christian churches.
Yes, the Christian churches.
For protection.
Yeah.
So we have a bit of a who's going to win here.
Yeah, who's going to win
whose
here.
medicine is going to work the most. That is quite interesting, Sam. Wow. I think we've literally heard a lot about this. I had no idea that's the kind of realities that some people have on the ground there. Because you hear about the park and you're just like, okay, I guess surely the people around there are the ones who are being employed and they're getting everything that they need. I mean, surely they're developed. But
no, it's not like that at all. Like the house I stayed in specifically, they're a great family. They have beautiful children. They're very welcoming. I mean, I never felt like I lacked anything when I was there, but the reality is they lack in a lot of things. They don't have water, for instance. They buy food from the supermarket. You'd assume like someone who stays in a rural area would make their own food, like grow some vegetables and stuff. But the reality is they have no water, so they can't do that.
Oh wow, yeah. Because how are you supposed to grow your crops
So they actually, their food security is diminished because now, the one basic human right that they need, which is water, is not there. And they don't have enough money to finish their house. They work, whatever money they get, they build, they finish maybe the roof or the windows or whatever. But they really tried to accommodate me, and I really appreciated that because I really felt at home. Although it was out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, 6 weeks. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's what it means to be a researcher. You gotta be passionate enough to put yourself in sometimes very difficult and uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
But the good thing for you is that you got what you were looking for.
Yeah.
And an entire experience you can talk about for ages.
Forever.
And hopefully one of our listeners right now is like learning so much and getting the courage that they need to actually go out there. So, I mean, what's the future? Would you continue with this kind of topic? Because, I mean, you're just touching on, I mean, I can see someone interplaying the whole thing of now you're talking to the communities. How about the rangers now? How about, there's so many layers to this whole system.
Yes, there is, yeah.
So would you consider doing that? I mean, for your future studies? I mean, what is this the end for you for this area for now?
It's probably the end for me, but the person I told you about who's doing his PhD in the Netherlands, he's talking to the rangers. So his PhD is based on the experience of the rangers. Okay. And I forgot to mention this, but my master's thesis is part of a bigger project. It's part of a book, and his chapter or his thesis will also be part of the book. So I mean, I'm sure they're going to tie our experiences in together. So he'll have like the
So everybody plays into making the holistic picture a bit better. I see. Well, Sam, thank you so much. I think that has been quite a download for all of us in terms of what kind of research you can do, especially when you're looking at the environment and communities. It's great that you come from an environmental background and you went into sociology. So that's, interdisciplinary aspect is so important these days. But now we have to move on, of course, to the lighter side of life. I'm sure everybody would love to know, what do you do for fun? I mean, researchers, we're always busy. Yeah. But surely you have other hobbies and interests that do not have to do with textbooks. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, what you're interested in, what you do for fun, and I guess also what's the next plan for Sam now? You're almost done with your master's. So.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm part of a band, and you know it.
I know it.
It's actually my sister's band. For now we're called the Mae Sithole Band, MAE Sithole Band, because we still can't figure out what name to give our band. But anyway, so for now that's what we're called. And so we perform, maybe twice a month, once a month for now. And, that's sort of been my outside of school project, being part of the band, music specifically. But I really love art. I used to paint and do pastels in high school, and I want to get back into that now. And acting and, just the art side of my life. I miss that. Because, UCT takes all your time. I'm sure you UCT students know what I'm talking about. Like, once you're in that, you're like, you have no time for anything else. And so once I'm done with my master's, I'm going to try and,
So is this like are you thinking of taking a gap here then maybe to have more time to explore these things?
Yes. A gap year where I can explore myself and just get to know myself a little bit better and to know exactly what I want to do for my PhD, because I really want to get to a point where I know what I want to do without anyone having to suggest anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've sort of felt that way for my master's, that I had to get suggestions from people, whereas I need to make a decision on my own. And I think that's where I need to be. So for future, I'm going to apply for a scholarship for my PhD, hopefully abroad. I don't see myself coming back to UCT.
Please don't come back to UCT.
Oh my gosh, I'll be part of the furniture.
How many years? 7 years?
Oh my gosh, no. Oh gosh, no, I can't.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that.
I have wanderlust. I want to travel. I'm itching now. Like, Sam, you need to leave. I'm like, okay, let's finish this master's first. Thesis out of the way, then we can explore. Yeah.
Okay, so do you intend to then be working as well?
Yes.
And what kind of work would you see yourself doing?
For now, I'm trying to maybe sharpen my research skills and just get that sharpened and get that experience as well. And then maybe go into a little consulting. And then from there, like, literally the sky is not the limit. I'm going to shoot for the moon. I don't know where I'm going to get to, but I know it's somewhere to do with like media, broadcasting, the creative side, and sort of like hone into the academic field as well. Because I think my brain, is good enough to do all that. Yeah, and challenge myself, keep going. And but I'm not stopping. Next year is just like my, like my pit stop.
Your planning stage. And then you'll shoot for the moon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sam. Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for taking time to come here and chill with us on the Research Report show. I'm pretty sure everybody has learned a little bit of something, and we'll be seeing you on stage probably real soon. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of the Research Report show. I've been Tinashe Kushata, and I'll see you again next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
This is Varsity Podcasts.